on, boys? It is freezing. Let me throw you guys on my head. For some reason it's a little hard to turn this GoPro on when it's on my head, so I gotta put it in my hand first. What's going on, boys? Though it's freezing outside, it is too cold to be driving right now, but we gotta drive the daily. I've been having some problems, as you guys may know, some problems with the car, but that's what this video is going to be about today. All the things you could probably do once you get a Terminator, if you ever plan on getting one. The first couple things you should do. Definitely one of the first things on the list is check your intercooler. Make sure that intercooler is pumping. Because as you can tell, mine went out pretty damn quick. It was like no time and that thing went out. The next thing is, you guys seen my crank pulley with the bushings? This is my caged lower crank. This is what comes stock on the cars. As you can see, the bushings are completely gone. They're just completely pushed out. They're all over here. But you can see how far my crank went before it almost blew off. Check on them bushings. It's another thing you should do. Just make sure they're all in good order, good working order. Because if not, you don't want to lose your crank. And them bushings, you see on my bushings on mine, they were completely destroyed. They weren't even existing anymore. They weren't even in there. And I heard metal on metal, and that's how I found out what the rattling was. So check on that crank pulley. One of the next things is your rear axles. If you ever plan on doing any burnouts, a little excessive at the track or anything like that, replace them rear axles, them rear half shafts, because they will snap pretty damn easily. As I'm making this video, I've broken my axles a second time. So the car's sitting out there. Upgrade them axles, guys. I mean, I tried to launch it at like 4,000 or 5,000 RPM and they just completely snapped. The CV axle. I just keep snapping these things. Like, yeah, the thing is just toast. You know what I mean? The boot's still good on this one, but this is the second time I've replaced that thing, and it just snaps at the CV joints like every single time. So check on those. Make sure your boots aren't leaking, because mine were leaking grease, and that's probably what caused the rear axles to snap, because it was leaking grease from out the boots. So check on those. And the next thing on the list that I had to do just recently was the water pump. Check your coolant. Make sure that coolant's not all gunked up. Mine was all gunked up, and my water pump was gunked as crap. It looked terrible. So I just replaced that. Only took 2 days. Fucking piece of shit. And yeah, the car's driving great now. So all the things you should look out for is, while I'm here, you might want to keep these on standby. If you're a Terminator guy, you know tensioners usually go bad on these things, so I always keep a little spare tensioner around. This it just has some random tensioner pulley on there, but I have a Metco tensioner pulley on my car right now, so it stays pretty sturdy. And you might want to also get a spare alternator pulley. I think that's this one. Yeah, it's smaller. A spare alternator pulley, because alternator usually goes bad on these things. They overspin, so you might want to get one of those. I got a Metco on mine, so the alternator's good. keeps pretty good voltage.
Check all the things I just crossed off, because all those things were 100% needed to be replaced on this car, but now it drives great. Might want to do an input shaft upgrade if you don't have the upgraded input shaft for your car, because that's what this has. And the previous owner used to take this car to the track, so it has, you know, the upgraded input shaft and lightweight drive shaft, which I'm probably thinking that he probably broke some things when he did that, because why else would you replace that kind of stuff? So, you know, especially if you have a smaller pulley car and you're trying to push, you know, a little more than 470 horsepower or something like that, 480, somewhere around that might break some parts. So you want to look out for those things. So yeah, besides that, car's running great. Coolant temperatures are great. It's 176 right now. My IAT2s are back down low. IAT1 is at 54, IAT2 is at 74, which is perfect. That's where it's supposed to be at. It's only a 20-degree difference, so everything's looking great so far. Car's driving nice. No more weird sounds or anything. No more overheating. Everything's great. But it is about, you know, 38 degrees outside right now. It is really cold. Enjoying driving at home from work and to work and just commuting in this car. Not really looking forward to the salt being on the roads. I'm gonna get one of these under sprayers where you can hook your hose to this roller and you can roll it under your car and spray underneath of the car, because that's what's gonna get all the salt off in the wintertime and stuff when this roads get salty. Not a lot of people don't drive their Terminators, especially when it starts getting cold like this. But I've made the decision to have this as a daily driver car, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna have to take care of it, you know, exceptionally well during the winter months so it doesn't get rusty underneath. So I really don't want any rust, and this car is, you know, perfect underneath. It's really nice. The last owner, he had water wetter inside both of the tanks, I'm pretty sure, so it was like really red coolant looking. So yeah, he probably didn't drive the car too much during you know, winter months and stuff like that. He had, you know, 3 or 4 other cars. He also had a really nice truck, so that's probably something he would be driving during the winter time. Not this car. This will not be the daily forever, but I've come from daily driving Mustangs my whole life, and I've just wanted the Terminator so bad, so I went and got it. You know, couldn't see myself driving any other car, any normal regular car, like a Hyundai or, I don't know, Honda or something like that. Even like a Subaru or something, even though they're like, Subarus are all-wheel drive and they're probably good in the snow and stuff like that, but it's not what I want to drive, you know. I like my Mustangs. It's the only thing I've ever been passionate about. Really familiar with this platform too, because, you know, ever since my first car, it's been a 4.6 V8, and they're all just about, you know, around the same type. I know they're different when you get to the 2-valve to the 4-valve. They're a little different engines, but it's not too much more to learn. It's basically the same setup in both motors. All the layout is just about the same. The frame is exactly the same. So, just really familiar with this car, and just really didn't want anything else. Had to keep this platform. It's all I've wanted. There's not too much more other type of maintenance that you got to do with these Terminators when you first get one. Drives great, sounds great, it's so solid. My 99 Cobra, when I bought it, had just about the same amount of miles. Well, I guess it's like the subframe connectors on this car, and it's got a little bit of more tighter suspension setup. It's a lot lower. You know, That might help with all the vibrations and stuff. You know, it really doesn't bother me. It's hearing that every day. Love hearing that every day. This car sounds awesome. Sounds even better from behind. It doesn't really sound that loud inside. Might sound even better if I get you know, the cats removed. Think about doing that next year, getting the cats removed and really opening up the exhaust, but I feel like I gotta get a tune for that. I don't want to just, you know, straight pipe the car and have a check engine light or anything like that, so I'm gonna chill on that for a little bit. And it's getting really cold and stuff, so, you know, Christmas is right around the corner. It's like December something. It's December 6th, I think. Got the light. Yeah. Let's do a pull. Hear a little supercharger sound. All I really heard was exhaust. I didn't really hear the supercharger that time. But yeah, guys, that water pump was not fun to do at all. That water pump was pretty hard to get off. The job itself, like getting down to the water pump, was not that hard. But just taking the water pump off, because it was so, you know, impossible to get anything, any type of tool. They don't make a puller for it to pull it straight out. And the gasket just sucked it right to the engine block, so man, it was really hard to get that off. But the job itself probably would have taken me, you know, 3-4 hours in total if it were to come off easily. I cleaned it out. I flushed it out like 3 or 4 times. Let's get a little. Heard the supercharger that time. What the hell is this guy doing? You know, get the hell out of here with that thing. Street sweeper messing up everybody's cars. I hate that thing. You guys see these big plates in the streets that are sticking up? I got a picture to show you guys. Before that street sweeper came in, that's probably why the street sweeper's here now. There was tons of rocks and dirt all over the roads from these big ass trucks coming in with all these, you know, you can probably see them over there, doing all that construction for these houses over there. And man, they were leaving rocks and dirt and everything all over the road. So I decided to take one of these back streets that I park on. You see my little parking spots on a back street, and I decided to take that out because I didn't want to get rocks and dirt and stuff all over my car. And I hit one of them big sewer grates because I wasn't really used to going out that way. I usually go around them, but man, I scraped the bottom of my exhaust in one of them sewer grates, and I'll show you a picture of what it turned out to look like. Man, it bent my pipe, my muffler all up, and gave me a little exhaust leak. So this is not terrible of an exhaust leak. I just gotta jack it up and, you know, reclamp it again. But man, it bent the crap out of that Borla muffler I got. It looks funky now. My buddy Trevor said it crinkled my ankle. I thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for today, guys. If you liked the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Everything's appreciated, guys. And I'll catch you in the next one, boys. Peace out. Thanks for watching.